Hello you guys, welcome to Street Politics with Talessia. I know I've been telling you that I was going to do the video on my review of me going, my second year going to Turning Point USA Black Conservative Convention. Well guys, listen, I've been tired for one. The trip truly wore me out, and I had things to do once I got home. So now I am able to come to you and give you my thoughts on the event. I'm going to give you the pros and the cons, my honest opinion, or whatever. Now, I went last year. This was the first time, this was the first year they had young black leadership, conservative, however they want to name it or frame it or whatever. Last year was the first year. Last year, compared to last year and this year, it was totally different. Last year, let me just give you a little bit about last year, then I'll go into this year so you can understand what I'm talking about and where I'm coming from. Last year, how can I put last year? Last year, I think it was a lot of people, kids and people, running around, I think, wanted to be a part of something. Especially when you got the email that you was going to the White House. Then that's when, like, everybody named Mama was coming in, signing in. I don't even think half of the people was conservative. Now, they had panels speaking, you know, giving a background on, you know, why they're conservative and their beliefs on their conservative values and this, that. A lot of the panelists was good, and then she introduced Brexit, and then that, you know how that turned out, haywire with her and Kanye West, with the whole thing with that. That's when she introduced Brexit. I guess black people walk away from the Democratic Party. Last year, it was a lot of a hype around the term Democratic plantation. During some of the speakers, a lot of people were screaming, "Yeah, we off the Democratic plantation." These are kids, grown adults, young adults. A lot of people was yelling that, not me, but a lot of people was yelling that. And then, okay, when we went to the White House, they was yelling at. And I think ours was like this. And it wasn't a show, but it was just like some of the people was putting on for the media. I was introduced to a lot of conservatives. A lot of us are friends to this day that I met. We turned, you know what I'm saying? I was blessed for that, to meet other conservatives that's like me and this, that. And I was damn sure excited about going to the White House. If you've been following me, you know my background. You know I come from the hood. I was in and out of prisons, in and out of foster homes. So for me to get an opportunity to go to the White House was a blessing. Many people, what I look like, where I come from, never had that opportunity. Obama never gave us that opportunity. He never came to the hood to get, where the hell am I going? He never came and got us, you know what I'm saying, to have an adventure in the White House, just to see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, just come get some kids from the hood and take them and let them explore the White House. You know what I'm saying? Because you probably will never get that opportunity. And I was thankful and blessed that Turning Point USA gave me that opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's not even about who's occupying the White House, what president was in, just for me to go and be in the presence that were many other presidents, whether I like them or not, this is where they've been, this is where it happened at. That feeling, it was also real. So I was very thankful and grateful for that. Fast forward, this year come around. Okay, you know, you go to sign up for it. everybody get they White House invitations. Off the back, Turning Point USA tell them, leave your Trump gear at home. Oh, let me just say this before. Last year, you can say it was centered around, I would say some of the stuff was centered around Donald Trump. It was about being a conservative, but a lot of it was centered around Donald Trump. This year, nah. They sent out invitations and said, leave your Trump gear at home. Oh, wait a minute. Let me just back up. See, I'm missing some stuff as I'm going on. I probably should have had a notepad, but I like to freelance. Last year, a lot of people was just coming to go to the White House and actually wasn't going to the events. Because they had it where you could scan, you know, they gave us name tags and IDs and you scan to get in. So a lot of people was just really coming to go to the White House, not taking advantage of the conference, the whole part of the conference. So this year, they said, leave your mega gear at home. None of that dress, extremely professional. This is for the White House visit, even for the other events. And they told them no obscene outbursts. They said none of that. What else did they say? Oh, and they was telling people, if you don't come to these sessions, you will be fined $250. You know what I'm saying? That weeds out a lot of people that's coming to start mess. That weeds out people that's just coming for just this one event. You know what I'm saying? So I did like that. You know what I'm saying? Now this year we had some of the same speakers. Some of them was different. And actually, to me, it was more networking on my behalf. Because the first year, I didn't really know what to expect. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know how to feel. Not too much that I didn't know how to fit in. I would just, you know what I'm saying? Just sitting back and doing a lot of observation. But this year I said I was coming back with a purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, I want to go to the White House. Yes, I want to see Donald Trump. But I also want to network, to mobilize on different stuff with being a conservative and different problems that the GOP has with urban outreach, with hood communities, like bridge the gap, bridge that disconnect. So I'm saying, like, I need to be involved. Like, I'm not going for a photo op. You know what I'm saying? I'm going with a purpose. You know, I wanted to meet Jared Kushner to run some things by him, and God placed that man next to me. No lie. No lie. Where I was standing, Jared Kushner was right there. I could reach over and touch him. So in my mind, the Holy Spirit said, look, you better say what you better say. It's either now or never. I said what I said to him. But in the midst of me saying this to him, the president come out. So I'm like, damn. So he was just looking. So I'm all like, damn, now he going to be off to the side. This speech going to be an hour. And I know after an hour, he probably ain't going to remember me. You know what I'm saying? Or remember just this little brief conversation that we did have. But by the grace of God, as soon as it was over, I seen him looking at me, so I'm looking. He pointed and he was telling his assistant to go over there and get we exchanged information. So, you know what I'm saying? I put my faith on that and let God work that out. He know my heart, he know my desire, and he know what I'm coming from. You know what I'm saying? Like I try to tell people, I really do support Trump. I'm not trying to be the next. I'll do a whole nother video about it. I don't want to get into some of this other stuff that's going around with the whole mega thing. I'll do a whole separate video on that. But let me get back to that. So I was able to accomplish my goal. So a lot of people that's running was there. That's a lot of black conservatives that's from the GOP, that Republicans are running. So a lot of us was networking, getting information on how we can come out, campaign for them, how we can raise up new leaders in the party and the conservative movement and everything. This was amongst the people. Now they had guest speakers, you know, telling a story. They didn't let a lot of the rhetoric that went on last year go on. And a few of the people that were speakers was talking about how they can mobilize and get in touch with them, how you can do this and do that. That was the great thing. The con thing for me is enough with the stories. You understand me? I heard everybody's story. I don't need to hear your story again, how you became a Republican or a conservative. That's neither here or there. Now is the time for us to set up shop. That's what we call it in the hood. When you're trying to make something shake, we call it set up shop. So I'm just giving you a little, you know what I'm saying? I'm still a little ghetto, bear with me, but it's okay. It's time to set up shop. It's time to mobilize. It's time to go out in the communities, raise up good conservative leaders, go in the establishment with the GOP party and break down the barriers that they have in the black community. That's what it's time for. I didn't see much of that. So I got a survey from them saying what can they do to expect. And I told them that, like, listen, I heard these people's stories. Story time is over with. It's time to get to work. You understand what I'm saying? It's time to get to work. You know what I'm saying? I will forever be appreciative of Turning Point USA for having an opportunity to go to the White House. But now it's time to work. I network with a lot of people. It's a lady that's here. Yeah, she's from here. She's from Cleveland. I think she's running in Akron. A couple of people, you know what I'm saying, want to help her with her campaign. It's time to do stuff like that. The pictures, the photo op, that is over with. I believe that they need to start having more things on. I think I should have time. I think they should have more things on how to mobilize, how to set up things and get other conservatives together in all communities to raise them up, you know, to do whatever, run for office, get the knowledge out, all that. That's what I think next year Turning Point USA should do. Oh, and another thing, Candace did bring up the term, because a lot of people, including me, I don't like the term saying the Democratic plantation and all that shit. I don't like that. Don't say that to me, because to me, that is, I understand the terminology that you're trying to use, but a lot of other black folks feel that that's offensive, and it's other ways that we can come at the Democrats without saying that. You know what I'm saying? So I understand that, and I think other conservatives on both sides of the aisle that talks about that need to understand both sets of people. Like, just stay away from the term. You can't make somebody that's black on that other side feel like they're a slave because they over there. Because you do have, I don't know if you know this, but you do have some great people that are Democrats. I know a few. But though the Democratic Party, their views is coincide with them, and I'm okay with that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't feel like, and that's just like putting all black people in one box. All black people should not be Republicans or conservatives. All black people should not be Democrats or liberals. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to spread. We are not in one box. Everybody don't have the same mindset, and that's okay. Just because I'm not a liberal and just because I'm not a Democrat, that don't make me better than my other fellow brother or sister that's a liberal or Democrat. You see what I'm saying? So I just think Turning Point USA need to get the storytelling is over with. What do we do now? How do we teach these new conservatives that's coming up? Talking Points is dead. I don't even know where in the world I'm at. Talking Points is dead. Like, we need some real live conversations. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, that's the part I think they need to be better at. That the other I'm all the way on the wrong side of town, y'all. That other stuff, I think it was there, but other than that, the White House visit was much different. They already told them no screaming out, no yelling, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to clap. They cut that off because, you know, from the backlash and that they got from last time. And I think that was a good thing that Turning Point USA did. So my thing with Turning Point USA, oh, one more thing. Turning Point USA, you need other conservatives besides ones that's on TV, that's known, that's popular known. It are great black conservatives that I follow on Instagram that you can have on to teach us. You know what I'm saying? Like, the star stuff is cool, but some people want to see people that mirror them. People want to see somebody that's not saying that because you're not a star that you're not average, but the daily person. You see what I'm saying? So I think Turning Point need to bring some, am I saying this right? I don't want to sound offensive, not calling people regular people, because we all are human, but just the average person, the average conservative. There are other conservatives that don't have blue checks, that's not on Fox News, and that's not getting retweeted by the president, that are a good conservative, that I think that they need to hear. Like her name, I don't want to say her name wrong. This young black conservative, I mean, now she's not black. I don't even know what she is. I follow her, Magaline, something like that, M something. I'll put her name down below so y'all can see what I'm talking about. She is a great young conservative that I think other conservatives need to be following. Other conservatives need to be listening to. Sis ain't got no talking points. She ain't coming with your average mumbo jumbo. And I think Turning Point, you have to bring people like that. It's okay to have the stars. The stars is not with us every day when we walk in the streets, when we trying to talk to people, or when people trying to organize groups. We need to learn how to do things like that. And you need to bring people on that's like that. And that was my take from it. The White House visit was awesome. I think my purpose was accomplished, what I prayed and manifest for. And, you know, I'm just patiently waiting and doing the work. And I learned a lot. You know what I'm saying? I learned a lot to not so much attack the other side, but just talk about, just bring stuff in a different way. Bring stuff in a different way, in a different light. How I approach things. How to not be so defensive. I just learned a lot from other conservative leaders. Even some of the people I went out with, like, well, didn't go out, we went out to eat. And learned a lot from them. Like, it's some young brothers and sisters doing a thing. Got businesses and college, making this, I mean, just doing some awesome, wonderful things. Like, that stuff right there need to be highlighted. I'm grateful to God that I actually met these people. You know what I'm saying? That I can just stay connected to an awesome group of other black conservative leaders. So that was my take on Turning Point USA. Just, it's time to teach how to mobilize, how to get together, how to strengthen, how to bridge the gap with the GOP. That's what next year should be about. Like, what are the plans? Like, what do you have set up? Turning Point USA, are y'all coming up off the campuses and going on the grounds? That's the thing. Other than that, it was good. None of that yin yang talk. Larry Elder, like, I never heard his story, and I didn't really too much pay attention to him on TV. I don't know why, I just never really did. But listening to his story, like, wow, really? You know what I'm saying? Like, was very different. Even with Terrence Williams, I didn't even know that he was a foster kid, how he's in and out of all the stuff that he went through in his life. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just never know people background and this is that. So I think it's a lot of learning. I mean, but at least they trying. And then I had made a thing that probably, I think, offended a few people, saying, what are you doing? Okay, y'all complaining about Turning Point USA, but what are you doing? How are you making the conservative movement more different to them? Do something way better than them. That was my whole thing. I wasn't personally, you know, trying to offend anyone. I'm just saying, don't complain about the next if you're not even doing anything. And a lot of people are doing great things. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my take on that part. Everything else was, you know, good. And of course, I got to see my president. I'd be excited. That man is, I think he should have been a comedian. Like, he is just so funny and down to earth to me. And I really love him. And I'm going to be grateful that he's going to get 4 more years. So that's my take on Turning Point USA, the Black Leadership Summit. Thank you all for listening to me. And I will do a separate video on Mega. Have a blessed day.